Now the question is this actually live? Because I cannot tell for the life of me if this works because YouTube's system, being one of the most richest and powerful companies on the planet, is absolute garbage. And according to my notifications, I am live. Oh, there we go. And the chat is up. I'm still having a hard time figuring out if everything is working as it's supposed to. Four people are watching now. Somebody say something in the chat so I know that it's actually working. What a weird setup this is. Well, this is good. This is... Honestly, the whole point of this entire endeavor is practice. Practice going live, practice speaking to the mic when there's nobody there, which honestly I have issues with. And just overall figuring out what is going on. Thank you, Mr. Roscoe. I can actually see the chat finally. This is muted. Good. Okay. We got Mr. Roscoe, Mr. Mystery Misty. Excellent. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just bagging some teas over here on the side. Hopefully the mic will not pick up on what I'm doing. And I just want to chit-chat with whoever is available, like I said before, so I can practice actually speaking with people while something live is going on. For those unaware, anytime you put a microphone in my face, mentally I freeze up like you would not believe. Currently I am doing much better than I am expecting. I'm also looking at Streamlabs and seeing how that's going. Is the volume okay? Is there any issues? Any weird, I don't know, vibrations going on? According to Streamlabs, everything is fine. I also have to remember there's, what, a 15-second lag in between. And you see, I just did one of those mistakes you're not supposed to do. Oh, 2 a.m. Yeah, feel free to go to sleep. I don't expect to keep you up for what's going to be essentially just random chit-chatting. And I just did one of the mistakes you're not supposed to do is a stream mode, which is stay quiet for a good, what was that, 15 seconds? Way too long of quietness. Got all my liquids nice and set up. At some point I'm going to listen back to all of this, make sure that's working just fine. Make sure the laptop is muted. Okay. What would have been a smart thing to do from my end was figure out something to talk about if nobody had any types of questions or comments or anything to actually want to talk about themselves. But I did not think that far ahead. This was done mostly on a whim. Excuse my dry throat. Right now, how many viewers? We got 5 viewers at the moment, so that's good. Again, feel free to say something in the chat. I will reply. There is about a 15-second lag between live and what you're actually seeing. Because good job, YouTube. You have still somehow not figured that out, even though other people have. And yeah, maybe I should do my business stuff now and figure out all the different sample packs I need to make. I've got a total of 10 orders to fulfill. Luckily, not all of those are sample pack orders. I wonder how sensitive the mic is. Can you guys hear the mouse clicking at all, or no? Okay, we got Harry Potter sample pack. We got somebody over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sample packs here. A beginners and every tea sample pack from this person. Yes, you do, Mr. Roscoe. Get yourself some tea. Maybe do sample packs since I'm doing that right now. I find this to be an interesting order. They got the Every Tea sample pack and the beginner sample pack. But obviously the Every Tea sample pack will include that. So I'm wondering what the goal of that was. Thank you, Mr. Roscoe. I greatly appreciate that. This has been an interesting month for me. Maybe I'll talk about this month and how things have gone. So part of my job with all of this is looking at the orders, looking at the people who have ordered, and try my best to figure out if I can see any type of pattern so I know who I'm working with. The person who placed this order is a first-time buyer, and I do not recognize their name. They are from Oregon, which I have not done a convention there, so I would not have picked them up from there. They found me from DuckDuckGo. I have only had one session with me. So I can't really do much with this, unfortunately. But if they place more orders in the future, I can work with that. Okay. Alright, so we got an Every Tea sample pack, beginner sample pack. Then we got Holiday, Harry Potter, Classic Pack 1, Beginner Sample Pack, Anime Pack 1, and Anime Pack 2 from this person. Again, a first-time buyer from North Dakota. I have not been there neither for a convention. Got me from Google. That's all the information I got. Hello, Miss Faith. I gotta remember to look up at the chat as well. I forgot to use the promo you gave Nick. Well, that is unfortunate, but thank you for the extra 15%. And obviously the coupon code will go throughout the end of this month. And I may decide to extend it as well. If I extend it, I'm going to give it a new name, coupon code Nick's Nose. So for those unaware, I am teaming up with multiple YouTubers now and giving them all special codes to try and expand my reach, which is an important first step. Sorry, a cat just decided to go crazy. An important first step in world domination, which is ultimately what this tea business is hoping to achieve. You all drink tea whether you like it or not. And I am definitely learning the importance of being prepared before you go live with everything you need to do. Okay. So I need to print myself out. No, I will not be using that coupon code. Some people may not enjoy that, despite it being a clear joke. Or one of those evil memes, as the kids like to say. Is anybody else drinking tea, or is it just me? Right now I am having a butterscotch black tea, not one of the ones I have up. It's not a tea I have made, it is a sample from somebody else. I am taste testing to see if it's any worth putting up myself, or if I can modify it and make it my own unique thing. Out of all the various flavored teas that we have, some of them I make myself entirely, some of them I do not even touch, and some of them I get from other people, modify it to make it better, and slap my own little thing on it. What do I need to do? I need to do this, to print out the labels. Would you like to see an anime about tea shop owners? Oh, you're talking about the one whose title is way too long and I cannot remember it. Rokubo Koshi. I forgot the name, but I know the one you were talking about, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I just wish somebody would translate the manga so I know what happens. One of my ideas, actually, this was actually inspired by a friend, is... Do I have any ginger teas? I do have some teas with ginger in them, but it's not like a main ingredient where the ginger is what stands out the most. Let's find out which teas actually have ginger in them. The gingerbread tea, that makes sense. Slytherin Potion, Gryffindor Calm Room, Wrath, Rainbow Dash's Loyalty, Pumpkin Spice, and Christmas in a Cup. How do you do, average working human? Currently just chit-chatting about random tea stuff. Miss Faith, do you know the name of the anime that you mentioned? The one with an incredibly long title, which I cannot remember off the top of my head. I think it began with Rokugo Ishikyu or something like that. I enjoyed that anime because it was really nice and laid back. Gave me a good feeling about just what, well, a part of the feeling I want to get from a future tea store. Calming teas? Tiger from Greg's chat. Hello, Mr. Tiger. Let's see, what type of well, Jigglypuff song is the most obvious calming tea. It's the sleepy tea. Peppermint and spearmint are quite calming. Let's see. I have to remember there's not just the herbal and ribos. Anything with a smooth flavor. So Ravenclaw Riddle, I would say, is a calming tea. The tea that appears to heavens, that's very calming. I would not say any ribos teas are calming teas. That's just my personal opinion. I always feel like I get a little bit more of a zest out of the ribos teas. Iris Legacy, that's definitely a calming tea. Do I have any black calming teas? Sebastian. Sebastian's morning Earl Grey Vanilla Cream because of the Earl Grey Vanilla Cream. Madoka's, no, that one is not... It's not what I think of when I think of calming. Essentially any white tea. Do I have any white teas that I would not call calming? That I would not call calming? Let's find out. Fluttershy's Kindness, John's Trip, Love Story, Rarity, Ravenclaw, Sailor Moon, Snowdragon, Strawberry White, nope. Pretty much any white tea is a calming tea. Okay. Alright, feel free to keep chatting. I will be right back in 2 seconds. I gotta set up my printer so I can print out the labels for the sample packs I need to make. I can still chat from this distance. Hooey. Okay. So something I began mentioning before, then I kind of just got lost in thoughts, is my Uh-oh. 1 second. I need to make sure YouTube is not being YouTube. Nope, everything is good. Never mind. Ahmad, how's it going? If you hear any meows, that is my cats now deciding to annoy me for reasons I cannot understand. To the Hawkfather and Teddy Pratchett in general. Greetings from Bosnia! And I'm enjoying a very basic mint tea while listening to the stream. How's it going, Ahmad? Thank you for joining us. And my cat Musashi decided to make home on my lap, even though I need to get up and do things. Oh my goodness. Give me one quick second. I gotta quickly switch on the normal camera. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Alright, hopefully you can see this. He decided to just plop himself right into my lap as I'm busy working. I'm gonna have to get up and wash my hands. Thanks, Musashi. Musashi? Yeah, you. Why did you decide to just plop yourself on me like this? Very annoying. Okay. I'll go back to this. So yes, that is my partner in crime, Mr. Musashi. Yeah, you. You cannot stay here, unfortunately. You're gonna have to get up. So come on, up, Musashi. Yeah, you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you're heavy. Okay, like I was trying to say before things keep interrupting me. As Miss Faith mentioned before, there was an anime-inspired tea about some dudes who owned a tea shop. It was a very nice calming anime, and I wish the manga was fully translated, but it's not. Why do you want attention right now, at this very moment? As I mentioned before, I have multiple ideas of various type of anime/manga stories. And one of them is a very weird, almost like a self-insert, but not really, of this guy who used to do a lot of martial arts, who opened up his own anime-themed tea store. I wonder where I'm getting this inspiration. And as he is opening up the physical store, one of his best friends, who decided to troll him, hired 3 specific females to work at this store. And all 3 of these females, at some point, had some sort of... Or rather, the owner of the store at some point had some form of romantic interest in these 3. And now all 3 are working at the shop, so it's gonna be one of those good old harem romance comedy anime things. Except, and here is the twist, it's not going to suck. At least that is my intention. As some of you have already seen, I have started writing a story in YouTube about real-life ninja, because I am that type of disgusting weeb. Jujutsu Kaisen, I have not watched it. I have heard a lot about it. It definitely seems like it's one of the top shows. But from watching the trailers to it, it did not look like it was up my alley. But then again, Gurren Lagann did not look like it was going to be up my alley neither. And, well, we saw how that turned out. So at some point, I will consider checking it out again. And Musashi plopped himself on my lap when I was not paying attention. Oh my god. Yeah, you. This cat. And I must say, this is highly unproductive for my work, but that is okay. Today is more of a laid-back, relaxed type of day. And you, as much attention as you want, I cannot play with you right now. This has been one of the better anime seasons that I have seen in a while. The last time I remember a season this good was sometime back in, I think, winter of 2018. And pretty much every season after that has got maybe 2 or 3 shows out of the entire bunch that I watch. But this season I have, I think, at least 10. So it's been a good season, and next season also seems excellent. What's everybody else watching this season? I will ask that as I put this cat to the side, and I can go wash my hands and get ready to actually make some tea for once. Or tea samples. Be right back. Okay, good. Grab me one of you. Excuse any excess noise. Hooah. Hoop, hoop. And I'm back. You started watching Naruto all the way from the beginning? Let me put this in a way that's not going to get in anybody's way. Okay. Naruto was an interesting show to begin watching, because, it's one of those shows where it's been out for so long that everybody has kind of spoiled everything online with memes. Well, I'm assuming you have seen my video on Naruto. How it went from one of my most favorite, most beloved anime to whatever the hell Shippuden became. Episode 90 as of right now. Okay. Are you gonna watch all the filler or are you gonna skip the filler? I would highly recommend skipping the filler. Don't mind me, I'm just putting labels on things. I'm still looking at the chat. How's my audio? Because I moved my mic so it's now more to the side. Is it echoey or anything of the sort? I should move the chat over here so I can see it better. Okay, everything looks good. Watching all of the filler? Good luck. That is a lot of filler. You know what? I just had an idea. Let me see if I can pull this off. Give me one moment, chat. Turn this down by a lot. Why is this so insufferably difficult? Just give me my... There we go. No, 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 not you, not you, not you. You, there we go. So why is no audio playing? Yep. There we go. Playing a little bit of music in the background so it's not too boring when I go nice and quiet. Pop you back up. Am I a JoJo fan? Yes, I like JoJo, but I would not call myself... I'm a JoJo fan, but I'm not one of the squad. I'm not gonna ask people if they have seen JoJo yet. That's how I'll put it. I also hold the very unpopular opinion that JoJo Part 5 is kinda boring. I honestly did not like it. Not too many other people hold that opinion. If the background audio was too loud, let me know. I am doing all of this on the fly. Turn it down a little bit here. There we go. Nice, peaceful day. But when I get really into my work, I tend to zone out. So again, don't be afraid. Musashi, no. Not right now. I will play with you later today, okay? Right. No. Had to take breaks. Was it because you found it boring as well, or how come you were taking the breaks? Got 5 people watching right now. Again, don't be afraid to chit-chat. Give me things to talk about. I will not bite. What is this? That is the normal chat. Okay. I wonder what the chances are that my stream is going to be hit with copyright because of the music I am playing in the background. Playing Age of Empires 2. I am currently not playing anything, and I'm waiting for Baldur's Gate 3 to give another update. The initial release of the early access of Baldur's Gate 3, like I mentioned in my video, I thoroughly enjoyed. But the sheer slowness that they have been updating it is giving me some hesitation. It's making me worry a little bit. Because at the same time, I have another game, Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, that I am playing. Well, I have not played it in a while. I played it when COVID was still being a thing. But it's also in early access. And they're giving updates like every other day. Whether it be bug fixes or big additions, they're updating it a lot. And unfortunately, I am not seeing the frequency of updates with Baldur's Gate 3. We are closing in on week 3 of no actual updates. And a week and 2 days ago they said, hey, thanks for all the feedback, we'll give you something soon. Now for me, give you something soon means in the next 4 to 5 days. We're on now day 10, I think, of no actual information, which makes me worry a little bit. But you know what? If they make the game as awesome throughout the rest of it as Part 1 has been, I will be okay with that. Because I can be patient. I am over 30 years old, and that makes me an old man by internet standards. And I have, at the same time, infinite patience and no patience whatsoever. The word soon is just never good to hear. Soon, TM. What's even worse than soon is when it's done. If I hear somebody say when it's done, that tells me that they are falling behind really badly, they are frustrated, and they're letting it out on you. If Baldur's Gate 3 is just fixing bugs, it should be coming out faster than it is right now. Which I'm expecting the next update to have a lot of new additions, whether it be more classes. I don't think Part 2 is going to come out anytime soon. But if it's just more classes, I am happy. I've already done 4 playthroughs. And I'm enjoying the fact that with every playthrough and every character, it feels like a new game. There we go. Roku Hodo Yotsuyo Biyori. That is the name of the tea anime we were talking about earlier. It's a nice, laid-back, relaxed type of anime. All the sample packs come with their own tea bags. It's just tea bags that you get, so all of that is set. The tea bags come in little plastic bags. Just last week, I bought myself 1,000 plastic bags, and I am already almost out. This week has been, or this month I should say, has been quite interesting. So in just this month, I've had around $3,000 in this month of unexpected or uncommon expenses. $3,000. That's about 90% of my usual monthly income. And somehow, through the grace of me pulling stuff out of my butt, I have been able to survive. That has been my case for a while now. I am the Dragon Ball of business owners. When all hope seems lost, I find some way to pull something out of my butt and succeed. But if things are going at the course they're going right now, I am quite pleased, because things have been going surprisingly well. For once, after the whole failed opening up the store happened in 2018, things have not been going well. Things have been, unhappy, let's just say. The feeling of opening up the store was not entirely bad. It taught me a lot of new things that I would have never known, no matter how many books I read or simulations I did. Things which you just have to experience firsthand. And all the promotion for opening up the store got me a lot of new customers as well. Not enough to make up the $50-some thousand that I lost, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. Why am I putting this upside down? That's the fun thing about business. There's a lot of things that you can only pick up with experience. It's also one of the reasons, like I mentioned in the beginning, why I am doing this whole live stream thing and why it seems so chaotic and unplanned. Picking myself up the experience of speaking into a mic when there's nobody around, which I have issues with. And learning the overall feel and flow. This music is helping me out as well. Give me a nice chilled vibe. Again, hello for all 6 people watching now. Thank you for joining. Any type of questions or comments you have, anything you want to chit-chat about, feel free to say so in the comments. I will read those and we can begin talking. Right now I'm just bagging some teas. Putting labels on things, then bagging teas. And just trying to chat with people as we go along. My favorite games of all time or recently? Recently, again, I don't have nearly as much time for games as I would like. But I am definitely a fan of the Total War series. Especially Total War 3 Kingdoms. It is a really complex, detailed, real-time strategy game based off of one of my favorite periods in all of human history. The 3 Kingdoms period. How bad is it that one of my favorite periods in history involved millions upon millions of people dying? That is grim. And that is a loud sound that I should not be playing. Close that. Okay. No more of that. Good. Why do I have so many chats up? Whatever. I like games which I can do my thing, as it were. So games which I can create my own character, and it actually feels like I've made my own character. So the more choices, the more options, the better. Okay, that is done. Is this tea cool enough yet? I made this tea wrong somehow. I enjoyed the Cold War period as well, but for the exact opposite reason, because so much happened behind the scenes. And it's the behind the scenes stuff that I find so interesting. There is a book, which I can't remember the title of it, but it was about, was it Bobby Fischer? I used to learn chess, and Bobby Fischer is known as one of the best chess players ever. I'm gonna assume it was Bobby Fischer until somebody tells me otherwise. And there was gonna be a chess game between Bobby Fischer and some Russian dude during the Cold War. And it became this huge thing where it was no longer just a chess game. Yep, I think I'm gonna do this in future streams as well. Play some nice chill background music. Because it helps me out a lot. Okay, what am I doing? I am doing this. Okay. As I am nervous about talking about... Whoop, what's going on here? There we go, fixed. Okay. So like I was saying, history is one of those things I really enjoy. But since this is an anime-themed tea business, I have to be a little bit more wary about what I talk about when it comes to history. Because as we know, certain people do not like you talking about certain points of history. And they will just slap on the ban button, just like that. Okay, Harry Potter sample pack. 2 sets of you. I'll give you an example of one of the reasons why I'm so nervous to talk about things with history, with something that is relevant. At some point, I'm probably going to do a video on Miyamoto Musashi, who is known as the greatest swordsman who has ever lived. And that is not a boast. He was the greatest swordsman who has ever lived. I do not even know who second place would be in this. But before we continue, I must be right back because I cannot find... Oh, there you are. 1 second. Okay, I am back. Yes, Miyamoto Musashi is an anime character that people would not like because he is too unrealistic with how good he is. That is who Miyamoto Musashi was. Probably his most impressive feat is when he took on an entire samurai school all at once in a fight to the death and defeated them. 72 warriors, I think it was. So imagine having to fight 72 people all at once trying to kill you. Faith Jones, how do you feel about per-a-death in games? Oh, you mean permadeath? What do you mean? Was Miyamoto Musashi known as the Sword Saint? I can't remember. Alright, but basically he is idolized like no other, and I myself am quite a fanboy. I think I have like 5 different translations of his book, Book of Five Rings. And I have studied him in depth. And because of my studies, his most famous moment that most people know about is his battle on Ganryu Island against Sasaki or Sakaki. I think it was Sasaki. Sasaki Kojiro. In which, on his way to the duel, he cut himself out a sword from the oar. And on his way there, he was about 2 hours late, which really pissed off the warrior, who is known for using a longer than normal sword. And so Musashi made his own sword, which is much longer. Now, the way the official story goes, and the one you always see on TV and always mention, is that they fought, Sasaki took a swing, he missed, Musashi swung the oar down, hit him on the head, and killed him. And that was not his final duel, but I think it was his final duel before he sat down to write the Book of Five Rings. That is the official narrative, according to most people. But it is definitely not the official narrative according to documents. One of 3 things happened. Number 1 is the story I just told, which is, Sakaki swung, Musashi dodged, swung at the oar, killed him, and that is the end of that. Story number 2 is the swinging happened, but Sakaki did not die. Musashi's students, who were on the island observing from a distance, decided to charge in and finish off Sakaki themselves in a really bloody, dishonorable way, which caused a lot of hubbub, and Musashi ran away to basically deal with what happened. Internally, I should say. And so, because of that, a lot of bad things happened. I'm trying to keep it as short and simple as possible. And story number 3, the story I just told, is what actually most likely happened. But nobody wants to talk about it because it makes Musashi look kind of bad. The way I see it, that was the moment in which Musashi took a step back, looked at his life and said, okay, sword combat cannot be just as simple as this. There's got to be something a little bit more to it. Because what I saw was barbaric. And it makes sense because after this he ran off and basically hid as a vassal to... it's been a while since I read the story. A vassal to somebody. Some daimyo. But if I was to try and explain this story in depth, like I would in my video about Musashi, which I'm going to make at some point, I would get a lot of weird looks because nobody seems to know this story, even though the books on Musashi talk about this. The good books on Musashi. So when I talk about things having to do with history, I always have to remember that people don't know the things I know. Because simply saying I studied history doesn't really do it justice. Mr. Boy, what do your feet look like? Misshapen. We'll leave it at that. They are not the feet most foot fetish people would look at. Oh, Faith Jones, right, good question. What do you feel about permadeath in game? I hate it personally. It depends on what is going on with the game. Do I have to print out more? Yeah, apparently I do. Crap. So here's a fun little story. Yes, I will definitely cite my sources for that video. That will not be a problem. I had a friend way back in the day when we were playing D&D who, when he had a chance to DM, was an absolute terrible DM. And I mean god awful. I hate the work that he did. The reason why was because he was very shitty at making good games. His goal was to just wipe the entire party. That is not any fun whatsoever. And he became really pissy and angry and sulky whenever we would thwart his plans and we survived. What a shitty DM that is. I should not be swearing. My apologies. I gotta remember, I am currently the T-Man who does not say such bad things, even though I swear in pretty much every video I do. But those are swears of passion. And so dying in one of his campaigns was really annoying. There was another campaign in which I died in, which was not that DM, it was somebody who was not trying to kill us. And it felt really crappy. It did. But if I did not die because of bad rolls and everything that happened, thank you, Mr. Bad Dragonite, for the $2. You're not as bad as Dragonite as you think. Because of what happened, we got that feeling of, hey, a sense of death is looming about us. So we had to think a bit more carefully about what we did. I got to make a new character, and this one was a little bit better than the one I was trying to make because I made some mistakes in rolling that character, let's just say. I tried to do things that were not actually in-game. So when it comes to permadeath in games, I would say it depends. I cannot give it a flat yes or no. If there was a game in which you got no punishment whatsoever, it would not be as much fun. But if the punishments were a little bit too rough, it would not be fun at all anyway. Nioh, N-I-O-H. I played that game on the PC. It was a very... wow, I forgot the name of it. A Dark Souls-esque type of game. In terms of its combat, its the way it feels. I think it was made by the same company. It did a bad job with this. Because if you die, you should know why you died and what happened. It had many moments where you just died, when no reasonable person would have been able to counter what happened. And it was just not fun dying in that. It wasn't even a permanent death, you had to go all the way back to the beginning. Overall, I would say stay away from permadeath, but give it a feel that if you failed, you failed. If you know what I'm trying to get at. I sound like I'm rambling a little bit. Or do it like this. If it's a video game and not D&D, have the ability to have permadeath as a function in the game. At some point, I'm going to turn it on for Baldur's Gate 3. After I played it a few times and I know how the game goes and how the mechanics work, I'm going to try a permadeath playthrough. Dying should indeed be a learning moment, yes. Actually, here's the other side of this. I just remember this. Total War 3 Kingdoms. When I was playing that game, the last final playthrough I had with that, which was months ago, was during the Quarantine Coof, the beginnings of it, was on Legendary mode. Why this matters is that on Legendary mode, you do not have a save function of the previous couple of turns. So if you died, you actually died and the game was done. You cannot go back like 5 saves ago before everything went to shit and rework everything. If you got ambushed, you got ambushed. You cannot find a way around it. So it was really intense, because if I messed up, that was the end of the game. And it was one of the most fun experiences I have had in my life. Because now, I was hyper-focused. I had to make sure everything was set. Dot all my I's, cross all my T's, and make damn sure that everything was running as it should. And there were some really close moments that really made me afraid. I wish I recorded it because it felt like I could have made a freaking anime out of everything that happened. Alliances was formed and broken. There was one point in the game which I was pretty sure after like 20 hours of gameplay, I was done. That was the end of it. Everybody declared war on me. The strongest power next to me was barreling down right next to my capital. And probably about 3 or 4 turns before they would have won, and I would have died, something happened and they declared peace with me. I had to sacrifice a little bit, but I got a chance to live, rebuild my lands, rebuild my armies, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know what was happening, but it was amazing. And it was the fact that permadeath existed that made that experience so intense and so fulfilling. But then again, I had the choice of having permadeath on, which is what really matters with that. When is the Dragon VTuber avatar coming? If somebody wants to make it for me, sure thing, but I do not have the skills to make such a thing. Yeah. I definitely did something wrong with brewing this tea, but I cannot figure out what it is. Either I left it in too long or I used too much tea leaves. I'm not sure, but I have enough tea to make another batch. If I was to guess, it tastes like I put in too many leaves. Okay. Anyway, back to the plot. T2 to V2, but I enjoy that. Permadeath is like making the highs 2 times higher and lows 10 times lower. I would jiggle those numbers around a little bit, but overall, yeah. The lows are definitely lower than the highs, but the fact that those highs can get that high up is definitely worth it. A sample pack, kitty powder. Okay, gotta print you out. Alright, give me a quick moment, gents. I gotta print out another sample pack label thing. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I'm getting myself some new ideas about how I can reshape my living room to have a more effective workflow, especially if I'm doing something like this. Whoop. And I am back. Let's pull up the chat again. There you are. Has quarantine affected you much? Yes and no. For the business, funnily enough, business has been booming since the quarantine. Partially, I think, due to quarantine, partially because I've reached out to certain YouTubers, like Mr. Nick Ricada, and it has helped me quite a lot. Richie! Hey, Dragon's Treasure, why did my wife leave me? I can think of many reasons. We'll start with this. Why do you think your wife left you? And while you type that out, quarantine. Before my business began to boom earlier this year, it was actually a very small part of everything I was doing. I mean, I made money with the business, but not enough to pay all my bills. And I am what is known as an entrepreneur. All of the work I do is independent contractor type of business. It is this, driving for Grubhub, which I get to choose when I turn that on and off. And then I hope I get business. Airbnb, which if you don't know what that is basically like... I have 2 rooms in my apartment, and one of them I run like a hotel. And do I do anything else? I forget. How about immortal characters and resurrection? Resurrection almost feels like a must in a lot of games. Like with Baldur's Gate 3, there's resurrection because your characters can die. And actually, here's a fun little thing. In Baldur's Gate 3, one of the main protagonists, the way he works is that if he dies and stays dead, he basically holds inside him a nuclear bomb. And if he stays dead for too long, that nuclear bomb goes off and it's enough to wipe out at least a giant city. In one of my playthroughs, I play an evil character, and when I met him, he pissed me off, so I killed him. And I just left him for dead. So we'll see how that goes. Richie, you made a diss track about her. If she divorced you over that, then that means she is weak. Good riddance. You do not need weakness in your life. Immortal characters, honestly, they are kind of annoying. One of the reasons why I'm liking Baldur's Gate 3 is that you can kill everybody. Every single person that you see, you can kill. Whether or not you have the skills to kill them is another thing, but people can indeed die. At some point, I'm gonna make a playthrough when the whole game is done, where I kill literally everyone I meet. Except the companions I need to complete the game. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But in Skyrim, for example, if there was any character who's important to a quest, you had to... So distract with T stuff. If you tried to kill a character who was important to a quest, you couldn't kill him. And it was really annoying. Somebody made a mod to fix that, but... yeah, not fun. Oh, that's right, I need 2. No, I got 2. Okay, sorry, talking to myself. You should leave the bomb in the main enemy ship. At this point in the game, there is no main enemy base, unfortunately. But that is definitely something I could do. I wondered... oh, that would be hilarious if you could do that. You go to the main enemy's base, and one of the choices is you kill Gale, the name of the character who's basically got a bomb inside him, and just leave him there for everybody to explode. That would be hilarious. The Way of the Samurai games, I think I played one of those way back in PlayStation 2 era. Were those the games that's like the first one playthrough was only like 4 hours long, but you could play it multiple times and do different things? Yes, Richie, find a good strong wife like me. Though preferably less hairy. Ah, even bad tea is good tea. Okay, so that is done. Put you off to the side. Bad Dragonite, I task you with getting more people in this chat. Let's have some fun. Microsoft account problem. Shut up. I hate being interrupted by those. I need to go to you. Get a nice Filipina? Whatever floats your boat. Okay, so you were done. I gotta go through all of these. Okay. Put you to the side. Where are my holiday sample packs? I have way too many pieces of paper here. Oh my god. Okay, so you were done, so I don't need you anymore. There we go, holiday sample packs. Where's my chat? There's my chat. So for those who have actually bought my tea so far, give me some good old-fashioned feedback. Something you like, something you did not like. Any and every little thing can help, even if I don't actually do anything, because everyone's gonna have an opinion, and I can't... Actually, I can. One of the ideas I have for the future is have different versions of various teas, where I change up the formula of the ingredients. Because some people say that a certain tea's flavor is a little bit too strong in one direction, but other people say I want more of that flavor in that tea. And so what I could do is make different versions of the same tea, where more of a certain flavor sticks out. The problem with that idea is that it involves a lot more work on my end for much less payoff. Because one of the lessons in business is economies of scale. The more work I can do all at once, but... the more work I can do all at once is much better. But if I do my idea of a variety of teas, it involves a lot more work for what seems like very little payoff. I wonder if anime fans tell manga spoilers, if the manga was anime first. I could see them doing that to get some revenge. We live in weird times where nobody actually seems to give a damn about stories anymore. Like for me, sometimes I want spoilers, and I usually regret it when I get it because I like to have the nice little surprise factor. But I know I shouldn't do that because it takes away the joys of said stories. And it really does. Whether or not people want to admit it. Okay, let me figure out how I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna move you here. So I'm adjusting my chat window so I can do multiple things at once. Okay. Holiday Hitty Powder Classic Pack 1. Whoever said thank you in the song, you are welcome. Classic Pack 1 includes Snow Dragon, Iron Goddess and Mercy, Dragon Ball Z, Irish Breakfast, and Gryffindor Common Room. Snow Dragon might be on its way out, because it's just not as popular. If you could be one Pokemon, what would you be? Probably Arceus. I like the idea of being the god Pokemon, so... bow down, peasants. Otherwise, honestly, after second generation, I've not paid nearly as much attention to Pokemon, so I can't give an honest opinion about that. Okay, this is way too many papers. I used to be more organized, but then this week has kind of ruined all of that as I panicked trying to get all the orders finished on time. Okay, so I don't need any of you. I do not need the black tea sample packs. You can go away. You can go away too. I don't need you. So okay, don't need you. Huh, okay, so this is a new problem. Oh, no it's not. Actually, yes it is. I am missing multiple sheets that include sample packs, and I don't know where they are. Oh crap. I don't know what it is about JoJo, but even if you know what happens, the ending still affects you. Local boy catches God. I will be the type of God that cannot be caught by a simple master ball. Okay, this is... Oh, there you are. You were just upside down. Okay. Upside down and stained with something. Son of a... Alright, whatever. Okay. I'm not using my 3 screens effectively. Here's what I'm gonna do. You pop up. Actually, no, I don't need you. What I need is you. Maybe, yes. There we go. I only have 6 people watching right now. Maybe if I show my breasts, I will get more viewers. That seems to be the thing kids are doing nowadays. Nope, I just did the thing I should not be doing, which is stay quiet for a long time. Wait, this isn't Twitch, yeah. Has anyone been paying attention to all of the hubbub that's been going around Twitch? Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit and get me on an angry rant. So I'm one of those people who I like to call, to toot my own horn, ahead of his time. I have had a multitude of thoughts, ideas, and opinions over the years that have either come to fruition or anything along those lines. What I've had a lot of friends get really mad at me and tell me I hated that you're always so right. Yes, I'm a very humble T-man. One of those things has to do with copyright. Copyright is one of those things which I've been looking more and more into. I mean, I've looked into it for a long time, but in various bits and pieces. And from what I have discovered, yes, the law does pose a lot of issues for copyright people, but the corporations make things so much more difficult for themselves about how all of this stuff works. There are ways to work with people so you get more money, and you can earn other types of currencies that are not as physical. The example I'm thinking of is the currency of... My brain just broke. I had a name for this as well. The currency of reputation. Where if you do something that's initially does not get you as much money, but gets you more reputation, it leads to more money down the line. And a lot of companies seem to not give a damn about the reputation, but that leads to them collapsing later on down the line. One moment. So one of the things I plan to do for my business, for example, and if any company is watching this, one of the 6 viewers I have right now, down to 3. I have been abandoned. I am hurt. One of the things I plan to do with copyright is make it infinitely easier for other people to use the various IPs I will have. At different rates, of course. I will have different tiers of it. So, like Dragon's Treasure official merchandise versus Dragon's Treasure fan merchandise. What am I doing right now? I am doing too many things at once. Okay. Did I complete that? Yes, I did. I welcome the idea of working with smaller people for a small part of whatever they make using whatever IP I have in the future. Because when I do something like that, money comes back to me, and I might lose some because someone might have an idea in which I did not come up with. But at the same time, it creates good reputation. People like what you're doing. People see that, hey, I'm not trying to stab you in the back for an extra $1. Now, don't get me wrong, I am what some people might call one of the greediest people you will ever meet. Anything short than $1 billion in my bank account, I am not going to be happy with. I want all of the money. But I will not get all of that money by stabbing people in the back. Which at this point is a very unique position to take. Okay, this is the Classic Pack 1, which means I need to begin the Sample Pack next. Okay. Oh, to hell with this multitasking. Some of the ideas I have had that have worked out much in my favor. Oh, what? What tea would you suggest? With a tobacco pipe or cigar? Probably a smoky tea. So, Phoenix Ash, everything changed with the Fire Nation attacked. The tea I'm working on right now, which is the bourbon whiskey flavor tea. Something like that would work. I do not know why I am missing this tea. Oh, this is chaotic. Alright. What was I talking about before that? Something about IP. Making a lot of money. Chat, remind me what I was talking about before this while I go and grab myself something which I forgot to grab. Whew. Reputation. Alright, so basically, it's not going to be a secret. I want all of the money. But I'm not going to do it with stabbing people in the back. One of the things I constantly mention is that I'll be the first millionaire who did not decide to fiddle around with little kids. Because apparently that's what you need to do to get ahead nowadays. I don't know why, but way too many Kevin Spaceys out there. I wonder why pirate anime sites run better than official sites. Exactly, Faith Jones. These freaking people, trying to keep my language down, do not give a damn about the stuff they claim they like. They do not care at all. And that pisses me off to no extent. Because for some reason, other people can't see that. There's a lot of stuff which I've been learning over the past year. Having to do with like video editing, audio adjusting, etc. In which after I find out how to do something, I think to myself, huh, this is simple as hell. This is not my main job, but I figured this out. So why can't these people figured out this other simple crap. Why are they being so lazy with it? It's because they don't give a damn. And for those who have met me in real life or listen to me speaking right now, I can be one passionate young man. And seeing people be lazy in this way really gets my goat. I'm trying to find new words to replace the things I actually want to say. So people like Crunchyroll, Funimation, they don't care. They'll tell you they care, but they don't care. If you actually cared, your crap will be fixed in a day. A single day of just fixing the code is all it will take to make the stuff not run as bad. I know nothing about coding, so I know nothing about how my website works, but it still runs better than some of these people. One of the things I want to have my reputation is brutal honesty, which may work out for the best, may not. I can see myself doing things in the future in which the majority of people will not like. And my response to that will be, you know what? You did it to yourself. But at the very least, there will not be a question of, why did the T-Man do this? What was he thinking? You will know. Again, that doesn't mean I'm gonna screw people over. I'm not gonna be stealing people's money or anything of the sort like that. I can't remember if I've mentioned this. This is not going to be some kind of a spiritual stream, but I am a Taoist. And I'm hoping you do not have an idea of what that means in your head, because if you follow the internet version of what a Taoist is, you'll probably be wrong. And so my concept of what's good and bad is very different from somebody else. To give an example of a story, many years ago, I don't even remember how long ago it was, I was walking down the street, I had nothing to do for the day, and I was just kind of enjoying myself. There was an old lady who tripped and fell on the curb and could not get up on her own. Bit of a bloody lip because she hit her head and was pretty bad. I helped her up, you know, got her some napkins, cleaned her off, and yeah, that was that. Would you call me a good person for doing that deed? I would not call myself a good person, because that's just, it's what you do. It's not something that needs praise. It is what it is. I did not sacrifice anything and I did not lose anything from doing it. But nowadays, if you hold it over somebody, you expect someone... I'm not going to say what I was about to say because this is a PG-13 maximum stream. I'm going to rephrase it. Nowadays, if you hold it over somebody, you expect them to go on a date with you. That'll be the nice version of what I was going to say. And so there's a lot of things in which people think makes you a good person to do, but it's not really good. It should be what you should do. Hello, goodest boy. You seem like a nice boy. I don't know about the goodest, but... And so yeah, there's going to be a lot of things in the business spectrum of things in which many people won't like, but I'm going to do anyway. Hello, Mr. Zach Death. Explain your name, Mr. Zach Death. All I can think of is Zach from League of Legends, but it's probably not what you're referring to in that name. What am I doing with my life? That's what I'm doing. No, I completed that. Again, this whole stream is practice, so I can practice speaking while working. Okay, so I did the classic, I did beginner's, anime pack 1 and 2, I still gotta complete. And again, time between the chats and what comes up on screen is about 15 seconds because YouTube is terrible. So forgive any type of weird lag. Anime Pack 1, Space Cowboy, Sebastian's Jiggly, Wrath Gravity. Anime Pack 2, Springtime of Youth, Tai Chai, Pierce to Happens, Earth Kingdom, Sundares. Okay. Okay, so I don't need you anymore. I don't need you. Or you. Or you. No. Oh, is this one of them? No, it was not. Mr. Zack Death, I would say stay far away from League of Legends. It is not worth it. It is really not worth it. I played the game back when it came out, like before Season 1, all the way up until about Season 4. I began playing a little bit back in Season 9. And then I said, you know what, this is not worth my time. Even if I could get good at it, I do not want to speak with the people that this game draws upon. Way too toxic. Space Cowboy, Sebastian's Wrath Gravity. Why have I not... There is no way I finish all the labels for Anime Pack 1. Sold 13 units in the last 90 days. So maybe I did. Holy crap. League of Legends is an interesting game because in terms of the people who come up with the ideas and concepts, they are fantastic. In terms of the balance team in League of Legends, and I played the card game Legends of Runeterra, that balance team is utter garbage. Mr. How do you say the name? Radoslav. Is that correct? Radoslav? That is correct in terms of doing good things. I'm gonna see how vague I can be about this. Way back in the day, I was involved with certain groups that said they wanted to do good things for people. Like feed and clothe the homeless. And they would get around for one day and give some homeless people some clothes. And maybe give them a sandwich. And they felt really good about themselves. So I said, hey, I'm going to do something that's actually good. I'm going to take time away from myself. And I'm going to come up with this whole system to help these homeless people and give them jobs, places to stay and live, etc. I talked with some social workers to come up with this system. I put a lot of time and effort into creating this whole entire thing. And when it came time to act, all of these people who I was associated with, who wanted to do good for the community, backed out. Because it involved actual work. As terrible as it sounds, if I meet somebody and they describe themselves as a good person or doing good things, I immediately do not trust them or anything they do. Because it takes very little time and effort to reveal them for the types of human garbage they end up being. As terrible as that sounds. I play Smite. It's probably 10 times worse. Why would you say Smite is worse? I don't know much about that game other than they have... A few months ago, they came out with skins from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I thought was awesome. But otherwise, I know nothing about the game. I gotta print myself out. Anime Pack 1. I'm a good person. I do good things. Liar! Liecast. How dare you? Is this gonna be a thing on my channel now? I'm a good person, I do good things. Prove it. Show me the good things. Seems kind of sus. It does. Hail, T-Dragon Person. Hail, Solon the Lich. Oh, you tricked me into that one. I knew that much about the game. Though it has a Gundam skin. Roscoe, I trust you, young man. Space Cowboy. How am I out of this tea? I don't understand. No, not this tea. This, sample thing. The balance in Smite is garbage, but the only thing they do good is skins which cost a lot, I can imagine. Here's one of the reasons why these balance people are kind of bad at it. They're afraid to just do small little itty bitty changes here and there. You don't need every patch to have, hey, this character can do 70 damage, it is now down to 40. Let's see if this works. You can be like, hey, this character does 70 damage, they're kind of OP. Let's bring it down to 65 and work from there. You can do that, but they choose not to for whatever reason they think is bad. Control print. Alright, give me 1 second, I will be right back. I gotta print this thing out. Whew. Good as boy, I'm currently watching about 10 different shows this season. This has been one of the best anime seasons in a long, long time. Something that came out today is the anime about Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. Whew. The real question, goodest boy, is what are you watching this season? I used to like Smite, but not playing a long time. I love how Ra gets a Raw America skin. Awesome. God, I need to keep up with anime seasons. Like I said, this is the first season in a long, long time which everything has been so good. Since at least 2018 was the last time I remembered having a season this good. Let's see if I can go over in my head all of the shows I am watching. Moriarty, like I mentioned just before. If I go through like Monday, nothing comes out. Tuesday, something Westgate Park. I forgot the full name of it. It's an interesting show. It's kind of hard to describe. It's about a gang that controls a certain part of a city, but they're not bad gangs, but they still do gang stuff. It's hard to describe, but I like the feel of it. Wednesday, nothing comes out. Thursday, what comes out Thursday? The new Higurashi, which has been a bit of a cluster cluck. I can't say I've been too much of a fan because the artwork in the new Higurashi is inexcusably bad. Inexcusably bad. And I hate it. And what they did with, oh, this might be a reboot, oh no, it's a whole new season, was a really bad move. Because now, every new person who came to watch this because they thought it was a reboot, the entire point of the show is spoiled. It's like they revealed who the butler was right in the beginning of the show. Of some murder mystery. Not a good thing to do. Yeah, there was another show I watched Thursdays. What was it? Oh, Akudama Drive. That one is possibly anime of the season. It is incredibly good, and I'm seeing almost nobody talk about it. It is of a genre I never watch, but it's just so good I can't not watch it. Megalobox. I did not watch that one, was from about a year ago, I think. And Friday is the big anime night. Elena the Witch. There's that. Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. Fire Force Season 2. What else was there? There's one of those 3-minute animes for a dog and cats. Every day is fun. I think that was the title. And what is the first one I always watch? Oh, I can't remember. What came out on Fridays that I usually watch? I cannot remember. Oh well. Then Saturday is the show about anime girls doing rock climbing, which I do watch, and not for the usual reasons that guys watch tough type of shows. As I mentioned before, I used to be a personal trainer, and I have kind of a thing about fitness and ladies in shape. And so any show where the anime characters are working out, I love it. Okay, so that is complete. What about you, chat? What shows are you watching? Okay. Okay, so am I done? I already did that. Okay, time to actually make the samples. Cool. Why does this not have a lid? I felt sick. Oh, oops. Excuse me, I'm just making a giant mess. Fooly Cooly. That is one of the shows I hear a lot about, but I've not seen myself. There's 9 people watching. I know some of you watch some anime. Let me know what you've seen. So I can finally move on to actually bagging the teas. Actually, let me see if there's a more efficient way I can do this. Bang, boom, pow. Is that an anime, or are you just kind of saying things, Mr. Bad Dragonite? And why are you a bad Dragonite? Why not be a good Dragonite? Does hentai count? On this stream, hentai does not count. As far as we are all concerned, the T-Man does not know what this hentai is. And we'll keep it like that. Okay, so these are all 1 bags, right? Yes, okay. So all in the 1 bags except 1 set of the Harry Potter. That's easy to remember. Oop. Not following latest anime. I've been rewatching Area 88 because I'm a dork. I have not even heard of that. Area 88. There are no good Dragonites? Why are there no good Dragonites? What's wrong with Dragonite? It's a dragon. Oh, this is messy. Why does a hen wear a tie? That is silly. That is indeed silly, which is why it is so confusing. Bad Dragonite. You say it's rude, but you have not explained why you think you're a bad Dragonite. There are no bad Dragonites, only bad trainers. This is a little bit messy. I don't think I like the way this is set up. How is the audio, by the way? Because I keep adjusting the mic and moving it around. Okay, these guys are gonna have to stay to the side. And these guys... Interesting. What is the Area 88 series about? I have not even heard of this anime. Ah. The audio is good. Excellent. Okay, put you up here. Dogfights? It's about dogfights? Do you mean the Michael Vick type of dogfights, or what do you mean? It's about dogfights. I'm gonna need a little bit more details to before I can say anything. Okay, Gryffindor. Okay, Gryffindor. Okay, aerial combat, that kind of dogfighting. Okay, that's a little bit better, because I was thinking Michael Vick style dogfights. It's like, why are you so excited? I do not like this show. He was signed into service by his jealous friend. Also, me and my brother have been rewatching One Piece again. Rewatching One Piece again, are you insane? It's caught up with the Wano arc. So me bro watching early seasons together. Rewatching a 1,000 episode show. That's... I don't know if I can do that. It is that sounds intense, and good luck. Earth Kingdom, okay. Okay. Jupiter, Dragon Ball, Irish Breakfast, Snow Dragon. I barely have any of you left. I gotta do something about this. What's One Piece? Is it that Fox Kids show with the rap song? I believe it is. All I remember from that rap song is that Nami is not shy. Okay, Suneri's Confession. Hey. Gravity. Venus. Hey, get back here. Jigglypuff, where you at? There you are. We don't talk about that. Hello, Claiming a Gate. Claiming a Gate. Interesting name. Where did that come from? Is Is One Piece the show back in the 90s where, yeah, it was for kids' entertainment, tried to edit out a black person? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Where they made his skin blue or something like that because apparently being black was offensive? Ooh, this is a mess. Sea of Thieves. I have not played that game. He did edit the black man out. No, not Mr. Popo in One Piece. Here's the thing to remember. All of those incompetent people back in the 90s who were making all of those god-awful edits, that spirit lives on still. Which is why I hope to one day have my own dubbing studio, and I can make actual good dubs. Oops, how did this happen? Okay. Tai Chai. Rose, Madoka, Sebastian's. Irish. Oof, I am in a bit of a pickle when it comes to certain teas. Some teas are classics that if you do not have these on your shelf, you cannot claim to be a tea store. Like Irish breakfast and English breakfast. The problem is, not many people buy Irish breakfast and English breakfast. So they're kind of taking up space in my apartment. Because nobody wants them. Like Kukicha, which I renamed Springtime of Youth for Rock Lee. Not even the Naruto IP can save it. That rubber knife scene in 4Kids Double One Piece. Good as boy, describe that scene. I have not seen that one. I'm gonna need more tea soon. Two Iron Goddess, interesting. Isn't that the one that's flavored like grass? That one and Pilo-chan are the two teas, the two green teas that have a grassy taste to it, yes. But Springtime of Youth is Kukicha. Kukicha is one of the core green teas. Let's see, Kukicha, Sencha, Dragonwell, Gunpowder. Well, there's so many other ones. The ones that like make up what green tea is. All 4Kids editing guns out, yes. With pointing fingers, yeah. No, walkie-talkies. They edited out guns from Yu-Gi-Oh! And replaced them with walkie-talkies. Oh, the humanity. Dragon Mouth, Sailor Jupiter, Springtime of Youth, Space Cowboy, Slytherin Potion. You should not be here. Something I have especially learned from this business is that I'm trying to put this in a nice way. Let me think of how I can phrase this. You should not always listen to the fans. Because there's many things which people tell you that they want, but then when you give it to them, they don't actually want it. What am I doing? I'm doing this. Sorry, I'm multitasking, looking at the chat while doing the tea samples. It's kind of awkward right now. I know I'm not being as good of a host, but I'm gonna get better at it. That's the whole point of doing all of this. Slowly but surely getting better at what you were doing. Okay, Snowbreaking, John's trip, teed off, here's to heavens. John's trip. Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Okay. I want the American Dragon Ball GT opening rap song to be the only anime intro. Let us not do it. Spoiler alert for my 7-part Dragon Ball series, I am not going to be talking about Dragon Ball GT or Dragon Ball Heroes or anything else that's not canon. Although I have to redo all of Part 7 because something happened and Part 7 of my script outright vanished. So I gotta redo what I'm going to do with Part 7. So maybe I'll talk about the non-canon stuff, I don't know. Because I can't remember what Part 7 even was. Okay. What's going on? Okay, that looks good. I got myself another order. Is it sample packs? It better not be. Actually, I have not actually began bagging the teas. I've just been putting labels on, so it'll be okay. So somebody just ordered some more sample packs. I wonder who that could be. Thank you for your business, Mr. Bad Dragonite. I can see why you are a bad Dragonite. The white tea sample pack and the spicy smoky sample pack. Alright, let's see here. You little shit. Same with the rest of you, all 11 people watching. Buy my tea. So now I gotta find the white tea and the spicy smoky sample pack labels. Nope, that's not that. Oh, I need a secretary. I am way too messy for my own good. Alright, farewell, Soul on the Lich. What games have you guys been playing? I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3, but I am currently paused on that. I'm waiting for the next update so I can actually do stuff. Actually, 2 of my campaigns, I have 4 campaigns running on Baldur's Gate 3. 2 of them are bugged out and I cannot continue until they fix said bugs. And actually, one of the campaigns, the very first one I did, I'm gonna just abandon and redo because I made way too many mistakes. I did not know what was going on. And I made too many choices, roleplay choices, that was just curiosity, seeing what would happen. Such as making love to the vampire guy. I was very curious. Are they actually gonna show it? How is this gonna work? Oh, that is a lot of papers. God, I need a secretary. And you are soon going to hear me yelling at my blind, partially deaf cat because he is trying to get himself into some trouble. Hey, what are you doing? No. No. And again, he's partially deaf, so I gotta yell at him a little bit louder. So don't mistake that as me being mean to him. I've actually been making him the happiest near-death cat you will ever see. I'm gonna make a prediction about Pokemon that I think most people will not agree with. It's gonna die out soon. Kinda strange to say. And I don't want it to die out soon. Actually, I don't even care. I have not been into Pokemon for a while. But some of the stuff I've been seeing are giving me warning signs that Pokemon has gone a bit too deep in the path of the sellout. So I do not expect them to last very long. I knew that was another one of you. Sorry, talking to myself again. I am out of both of them. That sounds like a lie. I've probably misplaced them. Anyway. Cats are indeed cool. Even if some of them are blind, partially deaf, and constantly get into trouble. Like you. Where are you going? Blind, partially deaf, have really bad arthritis in the hind legs. Ugh. This cat has been on death's door for about 2 years now. But I'm giving him all the love he can tolerate. Yeah, that's closer to what I mean, Bad Dragonite. It'll die down soon, where... what is a good example of something that was really big, not really anymore? Basically, Pokemon will still be around, but it'll be kind of passé. We're gonna see their stock plummet. And they have only themselves to blame. Okay, spicy smoky, I need more of, and apparently white tea, even though I shouldn't, because I printed some out. What is this? This is not what I need. That's what I need. Duke, what are you doing? Hey! And white. I'm definitely not out of this one. What the hell? Where have I misplaced it? Like the dumbass that I am. I don't know. I'll just print out more. At some point I'll need more anyway. Alright folks, be right back one more time because I gotta print some stuff out again. I also got a tinkle. Be right back. And I am back. Best boy Bidoof. I am trying to draw, but nothing is really coming through the way I want. That is a common problem for many people who try and do many things. I'm actually kind of having that issue with my Dragon Ball vid right now. I know what I want, but it's not coming out the way I wish it would. And from that is what I've learned the art of not giving a damn and just walking away for however little time it takes. Okay. What are you trying to draw? If you don't mind us asking. Also, since I'm still learning all of this live streaming stuff, feel free to give me any ideas of what I can do to make this stream a little bit better, which will not include the camera, at least not anytime soon. But things I can improve on, speaking more often, being more clear. I apologize, I cannot fix this accent. Okay. Wait a minute. I do not know what this hentai is, so I cannot play it on screen, unfortunately. I'm trying to get anything down. I see. Alright, climbing a gate. Draw a dragon. Do that. Make it a good dragon. Make it a dragon I can be proud of. Okay, I got you guys down. Then you were the white tees. What's up, buddy? What's up? You okay? Meow? Sorry, speaking to the blind cat. I don't know, Bad Dragonite. You have yet to explain why you're a Bad Dragonite, not a good one. Why are you walking down the path of the Bad Dragonite? Wait a minute. Aha! Snow Dragon. Bam. How's the ninja show going? Oh, you mean the story? It is actually going pretty well in my head. I have not written anything down yet because I have just been swamped with work. I am trying to get to the point where I can hire somebody else to do all of this stuff so I can focus on the work in which only I can do. Like stuff like bag and tees and whatnot, anybody can do that. The ideas and the specific editing for stuff, that's me. So I'm hoping to get to that point at some point and find somebody reliable who I can just call upon to do said work. Which I'm currently missing. The previous person I could count on that, they've kind of fallen off the way that I can't get a hold of them. I know a few other people who might be able to help, but they live far away, and so by the time I drive out there to drive them here and drive them back, so many hours are wasted that I might as well just do it myself. And this year for me has been the year of alienation, but I'm not going to get into all those details. I'll put it like this. You internet folk who barely know a single thing about me have done more to help my business than people who have been so passionate about my t-shirt and wanting to make it work for the past 5 years. So some of you in the past couple of weeks have done more for my business than those loyal friends of mine who have been here since the start. Oh, this is the perfect background music to the sad story, but that's the end of the music and that's the end of the story. As more sad music begins to play. But that will not be what goes on at this stream. Happy time. What game or show matches your aesthetic? It's kind of hard to answer because I have yet to build my aesthetic. Because my aesthetic is something that's a little bit... What it's going to be is going to be kind of unique. And so all the stuff I am doing is slowly building towards that aesthetic. I am a guy who plans really, really far into the future. And so my aesthetic has not been built yet. I'm trying to think of a good comparison for what I have planned and what exists right now. I can't really think of one, unfortunately. Okay. And unless there's no other orders, I can actually begin bagging the teas. Okay, good. So I have to adjust a little bit. Give me a second. Ugh. Okay, your garbage. I'll toss you over here. You guys are over there. Why are you over there? That's a good question. Okay. And the fun can be... No, it cannot begin yet. Be right back. Oops. Honestly, I am not a cyberpunk type of guy or a steampunk type of guy or anything of that sort, so I would not know where to even begin to make a flavor around anything punk related. How is it that I have 2 separate teaspoons for making tea samples and I am missing them both? Ugh. Okay, I am good to go. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what people have said. It would need to remind you of neon purple somehow. Dragon looks like crap, but it's better than nothing. Like I mentioned before, I am a Taoist. There is no such thing as crap, there is only drawings. a part of the life philosophy of this is that there is no such thing as success or failure. A bit of a overstatement, but hopefully you get the gist. Where when you do something, you are practicing it. You are not necessarily doing it. Just think of an example. Imagine a small child holding a spoon and practicing eating with the spoon for the first time. Even if that small child misses his mouth a few times, you're not gonna tell a child, hey, you failed at spooning. He's practicing using the spoon. And that practice goes on for the rest of your life. At some point you get so good that you don't even think about whatever you're doing, but you're still practicing it. Like with making tea. I have, this tea I currently have, I kind of misbrewed it. So am I gonna say that I failed? Not necessarily. I am just practicing, and this particular practice did not work out as intended. That last bit of tea was really bitter. Holy crap. What colors should the dragon be? Well, it depends on the dragon. Does dragon look really menacing? Does it look like he's half asleep? Does he look kind? Is it a she-dragon? That's some of the fun things to go into deciding a correct color for whatever you are doing. Okay, strawberry white. Okay, I've begun the actual teabagging process, and I'm trying my best to adjust things so there's no ruffling sounds in the mic, and there should not be. Everything should be on the up and up. I'm still curious about the internal politics, or whatever the story is behind Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. Because that was a really random change that happened. The weirdest evolution in the original 150 Pokemon. Just color scheme 1, color scheme 1. Let's ignore that and give it a color scheme 2. And make it fat. Looks like a dragon that's trying to look menacing but is failing at it. So, looks like it's trying to be menacing but failing. How old is the dragon? Is it a teenage dragon that's kind of learning the ropes? Or is it an old dragon that just kind of failed at life? Because those choices should change the color the dragon is. How is this playing? Why is this playing? Let me get to my playlist. Shit. No, never mind. Right. Interesting. My playlist finished and it's going on to my other playlists. I do not want to do that actually. So I'm going to begin this one again because I don't want to be hit with a copyright. We want root beer tea for a woo. That is a possibility. For all the stuff I have going on right now, it'll be a while before I make me a root beer tea. Unfortunate and disappointing, I know, but sadly things happen. There is a theory that Gyarados and Dragonite swapped evolution lines at the last minute, like Venomoth and Butterfree did. But Venomoth and Butterfree make sense, don't they? Because from Caterpie, Kakuna, Butterfree, I guess it could also be a Venomoth. Venomoth evolved from what again? I don't Venonat, that's what it was. Venonat to Butterfree? Possible. But I mean, Gyarados makes sense. It looks like it could be from that evolution line, but Magikarp to Dragonite, that one I can't see as much. So yeah, tell Awu he will wait for his Root Beer tea. I have enough stuff that I'm trying to work on. And I don't want to... Right now I'm exactly at 60 teas, not counting holiday teas. I want to keep it at that 60 mark until my store evolves a little bit. Okay, okay. What is it, climbing a gate? What am I doing? Ravenclaw Riddle. Yep, I'm going quiet again. I should not be doing that. But again, practice, practice, practice. Pity powders, so okay. I'd say the dragon looks quite young. Okay, if he is a young dragon trying to be menacing but failing at it, I would say look at the more reddish colors. Since red usually has that feeling of passion, fieriness, etc. But if he's young, he is still learning the ropes. I suppose the type of menacing also matters. Is it the I'm going to eat you menacing, or I am a god among dragons menacing? If it's like the god among dragons, probably yellow would be better. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many people we got watching right now? I cannot see because I did a thing. Ooh, minimize you. We have 8 people watching. That's not nearly enough. How can I properly show my things with only 8 people watching? Buy my tea and give me super chats. Dragonite is yellow and a god among dragons, so yes. If I remember correctly, in the original Pokemon game, the final gym leader, his main, or his best Pokemon was Dragonite, wasn't it? Because I'm not in my usual Zen focus mode, I'm making a lot of weird little mistakes when bagging the teas. Yep, the Final Four Elite Lance. Or the Final Four plus Lance. No, it was the Final Four, Lance was part of the Final Four, but then you had to beat your rival, which was the 5th guy. It has been a while since I played the good old Pokemans. Have they ever deviated away from that in any of the Pokemon games? Or has always been the Final Four and then you gotta fight your rival? Wasn't one of the games the Final Four and you had to fight your father or something like that? 3, 4, 5. I just realized I have not eaten anything since 7 a.m. today. So be right back. I'm gonna grab me something to make me a sandwich. I'll only be gone for a little bit. Give me something to talk about, chat. Back, just gonna make me a couple of peanut butter sandwiches, but I'm obviously still within chat distance, so feel free to talk. Oh, that's gonna be loud on the mic, isn't it? There we go. Seven people watching. I'm not doing my job properly. Need hundreds of millions to watch me. Anything less is an insult. Right, let me think of something to give the chat to talk about. Let's talk about something important. Me. For those who have seen my videos, give some nice little feedback. Videos you liked, videos you did not like, things you think I should do different, things I should do more. So what have guys been doing? So we got 8 people watching, but only about 3 people are really chatting. I know some of you are looking. Bad Dragonite? You have still not explained why you were a bad Dragonite and not a good one. Because I like red lightsabers. That doesn't mean you're bad. You're a bad Dragon Knight because you like lightsabers. Star Wars sucks. All of it. I'm a huge Star Wars anti-fan. Because I feel the entire Star Wars universe is grossly overrated. Unpopular opinion, I know. But I will defend that opinion. If anyone wants to disagree, go on ahead. We'll fight it out in the comments. I'm putting some desks together while listening. Interesting. I never got into Star Trek, so I've not really seen anything to comment. All I know is that I don't like all of the freaking nerds who think because they have some kind of socialist thing going on in Star Trek, we can bring things from this TV show and make it real life. If you can invent technology and make things appear out of nowhere, maybe we can give it a shot. Otherwise, that's the thing I dislike. People trying to use TV shows as formulas for real life. Okay, so Pokemon are trying new things, that's good. Sorry for the quietness, I'm finishing up my food. One more sandwich to go and then I'll get back to talking like normal. bad about taking one step forward and two steps back? What do you mean about that? The question is, for Pokemon, when are we gonna get the open world MMORPG that everyone has been wanting for the longest time? World of Pokemon. Cataclysm. Then again, if they did do that, I can see them messing up like they did with Pokemon Go. Oops, Daisy. Okay, food is done. Good. Who is Pokemon owned by right now? Or rather, who's Game Freak owned by? Are they purely Nintendo owned? Or does some other big conglomerate have them? Game Freak is its own company, so they're not owned by Nintendo. Their own thing. Interesting. Wait, what? Oh, I was supposed to do that. Crap. The concept of Pokemon is good, but it's become too much of a long rock, paper, scissors style type of game. The game seems to have only like 2 modes when I played it back in the day. Waste a lot of time grinding it out, then just kind of win with one hit. Yep, still talking about the good old Pokemans. And game design in general. Tembo the Badass Elephant. Was that the actual title? How did that game do? I don't imagine too well if that's the first I've heard of it. Yeah. I gotta say, this whole 15-second delay that YouTube has on its live stuff is really obnoxious. I'd rather have more of a real-time conversation, but it looks like that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe we can talk about YouTube's other freaking incompetence, because that's really something. How a company with this much money and this many workers can be so bad at everything they do. The latest thing, we're basically saying, yeah, we can just put ads on anything we want and we not have to pay you, is really, really bad. And just one of those disgusting things that a company should not do. We cannot monetize your video because it's not advertiser friendly. But we will monetize it, just not pay you. Because that makes sense. Yeah, for those who are not aware, YouTube came out a couple of days ago and said that they can now monetize videos even if you're not YouTube partnered, and basically make money off of your stuff anyway. And you cannot opt out of this at all. As far as I'm concerned, advertising in general needs to evolve, but that's a different conversation. YouTube should not be doing this. They need to figure out a better way of making money with their stuff that is not gonna screw people over. They already take so much money from superchats and whatnot that it's a bit nonsensical that they're struggling to keep things afloat. Terrible company with terrible business practices. I mean, because I'm so old. Yeah, class action lawsuit waiting to happen. Because I'm so old, I remember YouTube way back when it came out. One of the inventors of YouTube lived just like 15 minutes away from me. I never knew him or anything of the sort. I just knew that the guy who made it was just, you know, a local dude. Which I thought was pretty awesome. Then Google tried to combat it with Google Video, and that failed, so they just bought the company and just continuously made it worse. Yeah, I live in Mount Prospect, and one of the inventors, the Asian one if you want to look it up, he lived in Rolling Meadows. Which, from here, it's just... I can be in Rolling Meadows in less than 5 minutes driving. So it's very close. So the 15 minutes is roughly. I was one of the first people to be offered YouTube partnership. Tell us the story, Band Dragon Knights. How did that go and why? 3 bags for this, right? Yes. Then who had the Harry Potter ones, right? Okay. I throw stuff at the internet and I don't want my stuff to have ads. Like meme videos before memes were a thing. I got it. Yeah, I don't know if anybody follows me on Facebook. Does anyone remember when I just completely blew my shit when YouTube decided to ban my Good and Login video? Oh, I said some stuff I should not have said on an official channel. Oh man, about an hour after I posted that, I got really nervous, like, oh, that was not a smart business decision. Never feel bad about making money. I have learned that a long time ago. I find that amusing how many people say money is the roots of all evil. Now give everybody as much money as you can. But that's a tale for another time. Yeah, it was much easier to get monetized back in the day. Yeah. But I managed to get... It's funny, when I was not monetized and only had 100 subscribers, YouTube basically said, on your behalf, we're not even going to bother to send your appeals to the other people, because screw you. So when I finally became monetized and YouTube partnered, I re-uploaded it, and had the same issues, but this time, YouTube allowed it to go through, and sure enough, my video was reinstated. I look forward to having enough fuck you money. Again, I gotta watch my language. This should not be on an anime-themed T-Business channel. Enough screw you money so that if a company tries to do that, like Sony, I can go ahead and throw in a lawsuit. Make them settle with me. Yeah, that video, the Good and Login one, has really close personal ties with me. For reasons I will not be getting into at any point with this channel, but I think I mentioned this before. That video was the equivalent of either me getting a PhD or finding my wife or something of that high stature that happened with somebody else. And so it has a lot of personal meaning behind it. So when it got taken down, boy was I mad. And I said something on my official channels like, if YouTube can get the communist dick out of its mouth, that'd be fantastic. Which I should not be saying on a channel like this. So I try and have a certain type of identity, I guess you can say, about the T-Man. And how I want this channel to be. More on the wholesome side. I'm currently having the same problems for my Dragon Ball videos because I know damn well there's going to be a lot of stuff that people are going to want to slap copyright on, and it's been a bit of a pain to work around it. In part 2, I'm going to have... Ooh, that's my back. I'm going to have one particular moment when Goku goes Super Saiyan that, I'm going to have specific music playing, and I don't know how I'm going to get past the copyright system, but I hope I do. Because I have been envisioning this in my head for a while now. Talking about the most iconic, the most important moment in all of shonen anime. And anyone who disagrees is just plain wrong. Hoopa. Bad Dragonite, I will copyright claim your name. I'll send it to Game Freak so they can sue you. Copyrighting my stream, how dare you. Joke's on you, I will copyright myself, so you can't do it. I kind of feel like I should have been live on Twitch, because it's more instantaneous, but I do not want to touch Twitch at the moment. Yeah, YouTube just doesn't care. Google just does not care. Google is the current big bad of the internet. They're an evil company. Simple as that. I'm going in already. Need that. Okay. I'm gonna speed up the process of my bag and teas. I'm a little bit too laid back. Solid chai is okay. Where did my tea bags go? Oh, no, there you are. Yeah. Where did the music go? Still playing. Nah, just the soft part of the song. The way these companies keep doing stupid things is ridiculous to me. Everyone keeps trying, like all of these big businesses keep trying to follow a playbook, but that playbook sucks. And they can't seem to realize that, and it drives me a little bit crazy. It's been a long time since we had those like old companies that have been around for like over 1,000 years, mostly in Japan. We don't get that anymore because these companies keep doing stupid things and floundering because of it. Business has been one of those things which I've studied really in depth. All the successes and the failures and all of these other things. I'm just amazed at how few people want to learn. Hey. One of my future goals is to take over Google and Twitch and all these other streaming companies. Make it my own. Bring in the money, fix all the problems. But one step at a time. I gotta be able to make this business 100% self-sufficient. Oopa. I'm not running out of things to talk about, but I still have that feeling of my mind going blank whenever I'm in front of a microphone. I'm not sure what it is. What psychological tick causes my mind to freeze up whenever there's a mic in front of me? It's really weird and bad for the type of line of work I'm in. Like, if we were all in person, it'd be much easier to speak, but since we're not, I don't know. Blank mind. All social media is bad, yes. It is insane how bad all of it is. I never wanted to leave MySpace. All of you little shits decided, hey, let's go to Facebook. I was plenty happy with MySpace. You're welcome, random Asian lady. MySpace was good because of all the customization. Facebook was way too bland and boring. I mean, the reason I even got Facebook was when I first launched my initial run of the store in 2010. I freeze up when people are in front of me. I used to do that as well, but not as much anymore. For reasons I'm not going to get into on this stream. Maybe in private I can tell some of you, but yeah, I no longer have that issue. Are you a weeping angel? That's a bad shame on you. How dare you make that joke? Also, Doctor Who is overrated. There, I said it. It's not bad, just overrated. Back down to 6 viewers. I'm being uninteresting again. Do you think public domain is a savior for creativity? I am of mixed feelings about that. The example I was shown, Doctor Who is almost as overrated as Good and Login. Bad Dragonite, I will make you faint, to use Pokemon terms. In terms of public domain, I've seen arguments for both sides. For example, when Wizard of Oz became public domain, there's been a series of videos and movies and all this other stuff using its IP that's just other garbage and uninteresting. But at the same time, after a certain point, we all know what the story is, so stop holding on to it. Okay, so that's done. Oh, something that pissed me off is one of my videos when I took the Naruto clip and just did the little music video I did inside of it, you know, for 2 minutes. I used the Can dance, which is obviously public domain. Some piece of crap company decided to copyright claim it, saying it was theirs. And their version, first of all, their version was live. Second of all, the video I made came out before their live version even went live. Because the video I made was in 2018. Their stuff was in 2019. But they still copyright claimed it. And I had to wait the entire month because they would not reply to my counter notification for it to go away and finally make however many pennies I could make on that. Really annoying. God, YouTube, fix your crap. You worthless company. The people who own YouTube did not invent YouTube. They took it over and made it worse. promise one thing, give you another. That is inexcusable. If I promise you tea and I send out coffee, that's not okay. I got Twitter just because someone asked me if I had one and I wanted to just post my art and try and build up an online presence and for commissions. That's not a bad idea. Although at this point, my, I don't know what you call it, marketing strategy is to not go for the shotgun type of social media type of thing, but instead narrow it down and be more in touch with the people themselves. And work better with people than social media. So, for example, with the Dragon's Treasure, there is a specific type of feeling that I want to have with the store and the people around it. And there is a considerably large group of anime folk that I hope never find me, because they ruin everything I try and do. Sounds a bit mean to say, but it's true. And so I've been working with some people who are, I gotta keep trying to clean up my language. People who are not as obnoxious as the people I'm thinking of. And I'm creating a little bit better of a community because of that. What is the best shonen anime and why is it Boruto? Bad Dragon Knights, I'm going to do things to you that you will not like. Climbing a gate, yes. I understand that feeling completely, where you just kind of throw yourself up there, barely anybody notices. It's because of the algorithms and figuring out how it works. That's one of the aspects of social media that really pissed me off, is that it's not about the quality of what you have, it's about the clickbait and knowing how the SEO works. It's one of the reasons why, despite the fact that I was good enough to get somebody out of a wheelchair as a personal trainer, I did not get as many clients. Because I didn't know how to promote myself. I say you will not like a Bad Dragon Knight because I know these things. I know things. I just want to create content and don't care who sees it anymore. That's understandable. Not the path I'm going on, but I can definitely see why somebody would want to walk that path. Me, I have certain goals. Really, really lofty goals with all of this. Goals that would not make sense if I try to explain it right now, because too much would have to go into the explanation. Yes, I know I'm being cryptic. Just the way things are. It's difficult because I'm a very open person, but I realize that some things you gotta keep to yourself when it comes to business practices. Some of them I understand, some of them I don't. And yeah. But then again, I constantly break business practices and it works out well for me most of the time. For example, when I go to conventions and I make a sample of every single tea I have, when most other tea vendors can make maximum 6, usually like 2. Correct, Faith Jones, you do not do that. Top 10 cringiest anime. Actually, I had something that I was working on. I was going to do a wholesome anime compilation. A compilation of wholesome anime moments. But because of reasons, I had to put that on pause. But it'll be done eventually. I also want to do a video on Demon Slayer. Why it's overrated and why that scene from episode 19 that everybody always raves about is one of the worst things to happen to anime. Because it really was one of the worst things I've seen in any anime ever. And people just loved it. And I hate that because other people are going to see that. They're going to try and imitate it. It's going to create a really bad downward spiral for anime. John from Garfield. Earth Kingdom. Why is there two of you? I don't know. Freelance artist who talks to his cat, yes. The T-Man is indeed heavily in love with Gurren Lagann. But I know Mr. Dragon Knight is just messing around. If anybody genuinely hates Gurren Lagann, I don't even bother. Like, if you actually don't like it, so be it. I recognize your taste is bad, and I move on. I'm being serious, too. Yeah, negativity always sells above positivity. I would love to be able to change that. But alas, that is a Herculean task that I don't think I will be able to do by myself. If you want to test the modified flavors on a popular tea, you could call them different dubs. You get the idea. I will not do anything French. But the rest of the idea sounds good. How am I this slow on you already? Oh yeah. Three of you, okay. Oh boy. That's what I need. I don't have the means to do it yet, but a T-Man always pays his debts, and I do plan to do certain things for the people who have helped me out the most with all of these tea ventures. I won't say what it is because that is going to change by the time I can actually do it. But like I said before, this is a sad little thing. You internet folk, some of you I've only really talked with a couple of weeks now, have done more for my business than friends who have claimed to have great interest in what I do, but haven't really helped. I never realized that until the past year. But since I've realized that things have gotten much better because I stopped relying on them. To show the variance of the original and fitting your style. Yeah. It is possible, but like I said, the variance thing is, at this point, something that takes more work than it's worth. It'll probably happen eventually, but no time soon. Right now, I am just one man doing all of this stuff, and it is, overwhelming. Like in the past, like 2 years in a row, I did 18-hour workdays every single day. Unless I got sick. And now it's not nearly as intense, but I'm still working every single day. Mostly by choice. Yeah, what I need is... Did those sponsorship guys ever get in touch with me? No, they did not, Bad Dragonites. They left me in the cold. Which, if anybody else knows any big YouTubers of any type, get them in contact with me. I can give them their own coupon code. 10% off whoever used the coupon code, and 5% goes back to them. This is one of the ways I'm trying to redo how people think about advertising. So with this channel, you're not buying other people's merchandise, you're buying my stuff. So the money goes directly to me. My current goals for my workflow is get to the point where at the beginning of a month, after my rent is paid, I still have $5,000 in the bank. That is my current goal. Where I can do 100% tea stuff, and at the end of it all, $5,000 in the bank, so I know I have cushion money in case something goes wrong. I have not had any type of cushion money since 2018, when the whole tea shop stuff failed. So for the past 2.5 years has been a constant, I don't know how I'm going to pay this rent type of feel. But I've somehow been managing, which is nothing short of amazing, to toot my own horn. Hello, Ladi00. I cannot pronounce that name. But yeah, thanks to certain people and certain YouTubers, I am finally on that track that I want to be with. YouTube channel is doing okay. My YouTube channel was really taking off until I made that video on cuties. And after I made the video on cuties, everything just kind of died. So I'm pretty sure YouTube manually did something to the algorithm because I talked about a no-no subject, and so they decided to screw me over. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. English breakfast, where you at? There you are. But yeah, getting back to the advertising thing, I want to make advertising a bit more personal. I don't want to be nameless advertising face number 307 or something like that. Which why with some people like Mr. Nick Ricada, I actually do chats with the people and I talk with them directly. I'm not just shilling for shilling's sake. Apparently nobody does this because I still get comments that people are surprised that I respond to other people's comments on year-old videos, like the Naruto video. Why would I not reply? It doesn't matter that the video is old, people are talking with me. It's a type of environment I want. I want people to know that even if I don't reply, I read your damn comment. So what this company needs to actually thrive is other people. You know, at some point I might get back into the stock market. That's a fun little tidbit about me. About a year ago, I was looking at the stock market. Not at, I was doing it all from home, but... You know, for a good 8 months or so, I was using that to pay my rent and whatnot. I remember it was one day, with only $3,000, I turned that into over $13,000. And then, all of that $10,000 in gains that I made, lost it all the same day. That was a day. Considering the strategy I was using at the stock market, I was doing really good until I wasn't. Super Saiyan Rose. So yeah, if I had a good, I don't know, $10,000, $100,000 work at the stock market, I'm gonna be set. I know enough about the stock market to be able to do that for a living. However, it's not all about the money. I am very big on that little concept known as the human soul. $1 billion with no soul is worthless to me. And you don't have to take that comment as, oh, he's being a good person like we were talking about earlier. You can view it as simple as, I don't want to be bored. Oops. Now I can fix that later. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely good practice. I'm still going incredibly slow with my tea work because I'm looking at chat and talking and I'm not in my zen state of mind to do the work. But that's not a problem. Today is just one of those lazy Sundays. Peach oolong. How much money have I made today anyway? New order off of Etsy, actually. 1 second. 2 Sebastians, 20 grams. International shipping. Okay. Access to business-only pricing. I don't even know what that means, Amazon. Get away from me. Sorry, checking emails and all that other fun stuff. Do I like tea bags? I do like tea bags. What do I like about tea the most? Okay, now that's done. What do I like about tea the most? Trying to think of a good way to answer that. I've even stopped bagging teas because I'm trying to give it a good name. What I'm trying to think of. There's a lot of reasons why I like tea. The flavor is definitely a big one. The way it helps put me in a zen state. Because in this hyper-sped... Wait a minute. I just realized something. How is the audio? Because I'm playing the music that you guys are listening to off my TV screen. Is it coming back into the microphone and causing some kind of a weird loop? I hope not. Anyway, the taste obviously is a big one. The feeling of zen when I have to stop everything I'm doing in this hyperactive society we live in to just make myself a cup. Overall makes me feel good. Also gives me good memories. You know, I discovered tea because somebody who I had strong feelings with is the one who introduced me to the world of tea. I actually named the tea after them, Crystal Skin Matcha. And so there's a bit of a connection to those relatively simpler times. What do I got here? Peach. Okay. Like I said, I'm doing all of this stuff on the fly as I go along. Because when it comes to a lot of things, especially in business, there's no way of knowing until you actually try it. There's a book I have not read, but I have seen the title of, and I can already say I agree, called Ready, Fire, Aim. And the concept is that before you even know what you're aiming for, sometimes you need to fire. And after you hit something, you get a better idea of what you should be aiming for. And that is highly true in business. Now, I mentioned this before, the first time I actually launched this business was back in 2010, 2011. I was open for about a year before I closed things down. And I learned a lot about how stupid I am in that 1 year when I was 20, 21 years old. But because of those mistakes, when I launched it the second time, I did considerably better. You know, most people say if you're gonna launch a business, you need like at least $50,000 on startup to do all the things you need to do and stay alive. I opened it with $2,000 while working 2 other jobs and all of this. Sort of like experiment, correct? You need that experimentation. You don't want to experiment when you're dealing with millions of dollars and like one of those big corporations, but when you're starting out like this, yeah, get ready to make some mistakes. And I've made some pretty massive mistakes over the years. But it's better that I make those mistakes with a couple of $100 than later on down the line with a couple of $1,000. That guy. Get here. Okay. Tuxedo Mask, Twilight's Wrath, Tai-Chai, there you are. There's something cool about having the chance to potentially hear a T-Man fulfill my order. Yep, I might be doing that. If you ordered sample packs somewhere in the past since Friday after 5 p.m., then I am working on your sample pack. I have not talked to anybody, Bad Dragonite. What kind of music do I like? Epic music. So, 2 Steps from Hell, Audio Machine. Same with lyrics. Epica. Epica is my favorite band, bar none. People like that. Music that really hits my soul and really makes me feel like I'm about to challenge the gods. That type of music. I have only made $10 today in overs. What is going on with everybody? How dare you betray me like that? But I can also just take the listeners. What am I up to? 7 viewing. Not enough. Oh well. I'd love to at some point play the music I want to play here, but again, copyrights, blah blah blah. Yeah. What else? I don't know if you have talked to Bad Dragonite. I have not talked to anybody besides Mr. Nick and that Umbrella guy. Which reminds me, I gotta reach out to him again. Because he said he'll think about it. Like an epic poem feel. Epic poem is one of the aspects, definitely. But not just epic poem. But in general, epicness. And I don't mean internet epic, I mean actual epic. Make me feel like my soul is about to explode out of my body. I don't want to hear songs about your WAP. Hooyah. And so that epicness is something which I want to drag out of people. It's one of the goals with this entire concept of the Dragon's Treasure. Dragon's Treasure, Dragon's Gym, which will come at some point in the future, and the other Dragon's project I'm not going to mention because of reasons. But yeah, I plan to do a lot of stuff. If you want to boil me down to really simple, I like to see people improve. That is always my favorite thing. Watching people improve, get better. Do you put honey in your tea? I just realized that, yes, I do that. I used to do that a lot, but I have not done it in a couple of years now. And for no other reason than just I forget. So I actually do like to put honey in a lot of teas, especially Iron Goddess of Mercy. But I just completely forgot. Then again, I don't actually have good honey to put into tea at the moment. So, there's that. Fire Nation. Come here, you. One, two, three. I have not talked for this long in a long, long time. Hopefully I won't lose my voice. Oops, did the mistake of being too quiet for too long again. My apologies. Let's... Oop, did I get myself another order? I just heard a beep. Nope. That's something else. Oopa. Do you fully embrace the anime in your tea company? Of course. I mean, look at this channel, for example. I have not made a single tea-specific video yet. I definitely plan to, but I need to have enough cushion money to be able to do that, because I already know the tea videos are not going to be as popular or as interesting. So I gotta plan ahead and realize that it's not going to make me as much money. But I need the screw you, I can do what I want type of money before I go into those projects. But I've said this before, I am a tea man first, and an anime man second. I will not lower the quality of the tea for the sake of the anime. Okay. Just one? Okay. I am down to only 4 people watching. I've become too boring. Oh well, not too unexpected. Like I mentioned, this is kind of impromptu, so in the future, I will have better things laid out for what I'm going to be talking about, so I can avoid these types of pauses. Give myself some notes, and make this stuff a lot more interesting. But before I did all of that, I had to do one of these type of fail streams to figure out how everything works and how to avoid certain pitfalls. But so far, I am doing, honestly, better than I expected. I expect a lot more mental freeze-ups. Oh, damn it, don't... Oh, never mind. Thought I made a mistake. What other types of fun things? We know at least 21 people have been here. Is that because of likes? I am actually seeing 23 likes. So at least 23. Well, one of them is me, so at least 22 other people. Shoot. Oh, yeah. Okay. And I already know this will not be the most interesting of shows, but it'll be better in the future. With other people? Nobody has approached me, but I'm definitely open to it. Collabs and whatnot. If it's beneficial for the business, I should do it. And collabs with people is definitely something which I should be doing. I would love to have a chit-chat with Mr. Nick Lucada at some point. Except we have to talk about a subject which I am knowledgeable about, so I don't come off as an idiot. Because timing is also important. You know, if I talk with some kind of a big-name dude, and then I just come off as a rambling madman, that's going to do more harm than good for my business. Like I said, this is kind of practice, because I don't know if it's coming through when I'm speaking to anybody, but I'm still having these mental freezes. And it's also coupled with I gotta try and clean up my language. So I'm doing what I can to get better at this. Again, I don't know what it is about the microphone. I just see it and I freeze. But luckily, since I'm doing tea stuff, I don't have to be constantly looking at the microphone. So that's helping a lot. Even when I'm recording scripted videos, I have the same issue. Actually, something I could talk about with Mr. Nick is the concept of escapism. I feel like this will be one of those good videos where both me and him have respectable disagreements. My opinion on escapism is it doesn't actually exist. And what most people think escapism is not escapism, it's more of a recharging of your batteries. And if somebody was doing actual escapism, that's not good, because then you open the doors to psychosis, I guess you can say. It sounds a little bit like word semantics, but it's not. So basically, anything you do is a story. And your entire existence is built upon stories. Every single aspect of it. Huzzah! A new sale! That is a big order. What is this? Oh, don't tell me. Every tea sample pack. Okay. Thank you for the order. What was I saying about escapism? Oh, yes. When most people think of escapism, they're not really escaping. What they're doing is refreshing. Like I mentioned before, your entire existence is built upon stories. And anything you think is a solid truth is just the story. You don't know if it's actually true or not. You have to kind of play along because at some point you kind of go crazy. For example, I've never been to Egypt. I've never seen the pyramids. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know if it exists. But at the same time, I'm gonna go along with that, even if I have not seen it. I don't care. No, it's just that I've been working on the sample packs and I've already made a few. And just a matter of workflow. Like, I'll get to it, don't worry. Uncle Istvan. Don't worry, yours will be done along with everybody else's. Just gotta print these out. But yeah, when you're reading stuff that has to do with what people think is escapism, it's more along the lines of you're kind of rebuilding certain aspects of you. We try and be certain types of people based on the stories we read or listen to. And every story we look at affects us in one way or another. And something I talk about with my teacher is that all of you in chat right now, you're all idiots. All of you. You're stupid. Me too, but so are you. You might think it doesn't affect you, but it does. It always does. In fact, just the more you think it doesn't affect you, the more likely those stories affect you. Think of it like this. How many people in conversations literally like to say the word literally when it doesn't apply? Even I still do that. It's stupid, it's idiotic, we know we should not be doing it, but guess what? We keep hearing it, and we do it too. Because we're idiots. As long as you realize you're an idiot, you can focus to try and keep the stupidity away. But if you don't think you're an idiot, the stupidity will flow and you will think it's intelligence. That doesn't mean you should avoid bad stuff. I mention this all the time. Konosuba is one of my favorite shows, and it is incredibly idiotic. But I still love it. So it doesn't mean only read the Bible and be a good little boy. Alright, give me one moment. I gotta go and print these labels out. Keep talking in the chat though. Yep, easy. Oh yeah. Idiocy by osmosis, yes. Including intelligence by osmosis, bravery by osmosis, cowardice by osmosis. You absorb every little thing that's around you. Not to get all spiritual on you, but that should be one of the ideas of feng shui. But most people who talk about doing feng shui don't actually know what the hell they're doing. They're not actually doing feng shui, they're being dorks. Trying to clean up my language. Is it about both being effective when you, or affected when you believe you are safe and refusing the notion otherwise that you're part of the stupid? It's a balancing game. You have to know that you are stupid, but not act stupid. But if you know you're stupid, why are you not acting stupid? Everyone is playing a game of pretend in one way or another. So it becomes a matter of which game of pretend do you want to be playing? And how good do you want to be at it? Hold on, I gotta make room for what I'm doing here. You go away. You go away. Sorry, I'm readjusting because I gotta put more labels on the sample packs. So yeah, when people talk about escapism, that is what I have to say about that. You're not actually escaping. Which on the surface, it might seem like nothing is really changing. I'm playing a game of semantics, but it makes a considerable difference of how you view it. It's one of those fables about... Oh, wait. I mean, all I've heard of feng shui is lucky spots and... Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I am a Taoist, but I tend to despise other Taoists because they do not know what the hell they're doing. A lot of the Asian culture stuff that people think they understand, they really, really don't. Like, I'm not the guy who just looks at YouTube videos, I'm the guy who tries to learn Mandarin so we can read the actual texts that are not out yet, and ones that are out in the native language. I care about this stuff. And seeing people have a half-assed care about something really gets my goat. So when people talk about they want realistic characters on TV and whatnot, first of all, they're full of crap. But second off, they want the realism to be in all the wrong places. Like, I do not want to be looking at a male character who is as fat as I am right now. That's not the realism I'm going for. I want a character which goes through the struggles of putting all of his efforts into something, only to have it stolen away from him at the last second, which I have experienced myself. That is the realism I want. The metaphysical realism. Think about that for a second. Metaphysical realism. And that's why so many of the modern day stories nowadays just completely suck. Because these social justice subhuman trash, things I should not be saying, but you know, I'm gonna say it anyway. think they're making things better, but all they're doing is just ruining everything. When I watch The Lion King, I'm not watching it because I want realistic lions that are eating themselves and shitting all over the place. I want a story about betrayal, about finding out who you really are, finding your place on this planet, destiny, all of those conversations. What was the video which I mentioned? I think it was the Good and Login video which I talked about that. Or was it? No, it wasn't Good and Login. It was the video on Smile Down the Runway. Alright, no problem claiming a gate. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. So yeah, that is my incomplete rant about escapism, because my brain froze probably like 6 times in the last minute talking about it. I'll probably do a video on it at some point, where I can actually just write my stuff down and get out what I want to say. Anything else anybody wish to discuss? Hoo-ah. Crap. Oops. Hoping the mic is not picking up on all that. Okay, we're down to 4 people watching now. Getting a little bit smaller, but that's not too much of a problem. Like I said, this is more of a laid-back stream for me to practice speaking in front of a microphone when it's live. And practicing multitasking as I'm making samples while I'm speaking. Going better than I expected, so that's good. Got music going so people don't get too bored. What I am wondering now is, should I leave this stream open after it's done so anybody can come and check it out? Or should I make it unlisted, since it's not exactly high quality work? Like I said, in the future I can have topics that I write out beforehand so we can talk about it. Those streams will probably be more interesting. But right now, not so much. Are you the Uncle Iroh of the internet? I am nowhere near as wholesome, so I don't think so. I mean, there's aspects of myself that I relate to Uncle Iroh with. But to compare myself to Uncle Iroh would be a disservice. And I don't think that I will want to be an Uncle Iroh in the future. The tea aspect of it, sure, the spiritual aspect, definitely. But there's certain other aspects of personality and the world we live in that I would rather not have it be Uncle Iroh-esque. I do like the concept of being a mentor, though. Unfortunately, there's not many people which I feel like mentoring. And I'm still in many ways more of a student than I should be. So I don't feel like I would do the best job at it. At least right now. What is this? Apologies for the quietness. I'm getting into kind of my my zen flow of all of this. So this is where my focus is going, but what YouTube channels do you watch? In terms of anime YouTubers, right now I think the only one I really watch is Super Eye Patch Wolf. There's a lot of other big YouTubers, Nux Taku. I don't dislike his videos. I'm just not a meme video type of guy, so it's just not my interest. Gigook has become just too boring and one-dimensional for me. So I don't really have a reason to watch his stuff. I've seen his videos and I know what the rest of his videos forever are going to be now, if you know what I'm trying to say. Mother's Basement I hate with a passion, especially since his quality is actually kind of garbage. Like, his video editing is fantastic, but in terms of his scripts and what he's saying, it's awful. Just awful. And there's other YouTube channels I watch, but they are not anime or tea specific. And so I would not wish to discuss those guys. Oops, I should not be doing that right now. I should be doing this. Oh, okay. That explains that. Okay. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Explanation points. What type of YouTuber is he? Oh, did I just do something stupid? I think I did. Actually, no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it like this from this point on. Sorry, I am inventing new systems as I go along in terms of bagging the teas. You know, since I got an order halfway through finishing up this order, that's the same order, so I'm coming up with a new system as I'm going along that lets me effectively tackle both of them at the same time. Okay, so that's white, and that's white. You're garbage, get out of here. You're empty, get out of here. Okay, that works. Hoopa. Okay, this does not make any sense. Why am I missing my oolong samples? That is weird. Okay, explanation point. I will check them out then. Okay, what the hell? How did... Oh, did I just put them all together at once? Let me see. No, I did not. How do I misplace... I am missing the entirety of my oolong sample packs. I have no idea what happened to them. Oh, this is just silly. This makes no sense. This makes no sense, I tell you. Up, 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 up. There we go, I found them. Okay. Alright, so right now I'm developing the system. For the teas I have already finished, how should I go about this? And I should get me another box. Yes. Be right back, everybody. I need to get myself another box so I can properly separate teas. 1 second. I have returned. Kind of. Have I seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? It's been a long time, but yes, I have seen that show. Or that movie. Where am I gonna put this now? I could. No, that would not work. I'll just put it here. That will work. Okay, I am set. Putting this back where that was. Okay, let's get back to work. Yep, that'll work. Okay, I got me a system. Good, good, good. I'm gonna need more gravity. Oopa. Still only got 3 people watching, but that's okay. It's been going good the way it's been going. I don't know if I should go ahead and just close it up now so I can focus on... Hey, Musashi, get down. Nope. No. Like, I don't know if I should focus on my work, or keep this going, or what I should do. 3 watching now, and one of those watching is me. So there's only 2 people who are actually viewing this. In that case, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap things up. This is going out for a decent amount of time. It's got me the practice I need. I've been kind of falling behind on this, and I want to finish all of these tonight. So yeah, I'll wrap things up. Excellent practice. Thank you everyone who stopped by and who helped me out. And yep, I'll see you next time I decide to use something like this, which will probably be sooner rather than later. I will let you guys know. Now figuring out how to end